Good morning, everyone. It is Mother's Day today, so happy Mother's Day. And so what we're doing, oh, there's a smudge there. There we go. So what we're doing here today is we're actually up north. We're up in that Wishart area, and we rented some land. Now, when we rented some land up here, it wasn't very much, just 3/4, but it was winter, so we were kind of informed that hadn't been farmed super duper well. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's not the first time I've walked into land that hasn't been farmed good. And there is some swabs out there. Oh, okay. I'm sure we could harrow those down. If there's a few swabs, no big deal. And so anyway, snow melts. Thought we better come up here and check some stuff. And holy cow. Yep. It's bad. So yeah, so what we got to get done here is we got to get the swabs burned. They're quite thick. You're about to find that out. And there isn't a few swabs. There's about 200 acres worth of swabs. And no, Mike, why don't you go out and combine it? That's just weeds. It wasn't actually farmed at all the year previous. So we're gonna burn the swabs, and then we're gonna harrow everything else, and hopefully we can get through it. So we got a lot of cleaning up. So I haven't ever burned swabs before because we never burn anything. And first of all, we never swath anything to burn. So Ashton's on the harrows, and then they have a friend named Danny who was on the his double discs. So we're gonna make a fire guard around them, and we're gonna burn them. If we burn the whole field, then so be it. That's fine too. Normally I don't like burning the organic matter off the field, but in this case, it's a disaster and it just has to get fixed. And there we are. We've caught up with them. Right there. So now we just got to go about 2 miles, or we'll be at the 3/4, and then we'll probably end up spending most of the day down here. Hopefully the wind isn't going to get too crazy today, but I guess we'll find out. So we just got Ashton going on the harrows. She's on the John Deere. Danny's throwing a first round, a couple perimeters around the field for a fire guard. We're not the only ones burning today. There's actually a lot of people burning today. There's smoke over there, and actually behind Ashton, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can make that out in those trees. There's also smoke over there. So there's 2 separate people burning today, and we're gonna be the third as soon as we can get fired up. Mike, is that normal that people burn? Apparently it is up here. Heck no down south, because we're so dry that you burn the whole freaking country down. Around here, I guess they don't get as much wind as we do because they actually have trees, and I don't know. I don't know. But we're definitely got to burn this crap because we got to get through these swabs with the drill, and it's absolutely impossible. No, the harrow won't harrow out the swabs. They're far too thick, and they've been sitting there for a long time. So we got a great work project here, and we got enough foxtail out here to be a pasture. I'm just back in the truck here. Let's go see if Danny's done these perimeters. I don't know where he is. This is a 320 acre field, by the way. Up here. If you're wondering what we're harrowing for, is because like this stuff, there's still like parts of swabs out here. It has been combined. You would never know it. What's all that? Freaking foxtail. It's like grass. It's like sod. It's gonna be like seeding in the pasture. This stuff, all this little green stuff, it's dandelion. Basically, it hasn't been farmed in the last, I don't know how many years. Didn't think it was quite this bad. So, if I could, I would burn the whole frickin' field right off, right blacker than black. Then we would wait for a while to get all the weeds growing back, and then we would seed it. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're gonna burn the whole thing, probably not. But we gotta get all this stuff harrowed, all these like chunks of stuff, because we gotta be able to get through that stuff so we can kind of spread it and harrow it. And let's go actually look at some swabs, okay? Let's go look at some swabs. We're here. All right, there's the swabs. They're about 5 feet across. And there's a swath every, it looks like 35 feet. And there's like 200 acres of them. Looks like this stuff used to be canola, but you wouldn't know it because you wouldn't know it. So we got to burn these swaths. We can't harrow this much. It's gonna roll up, ball up. It'll just make a mess. So we got to torch this whole freaking thing. Whether we just go right down and burn each swath, I don't know. Or we just burn the whole field all the way across. We're setting up all of our perimeters. We're double disking, so that way the fire can't get out of control. So I guess you could say it's gonna be a controlled burn. How thick these swaths are. And I don't know who farmed it. I don't know why they didn't combine it. No, they're not coming back for it. And we gotta make this problem go away. All right, so you can see he didn't even combine the first round, which does compromise our perimeter here a little bit. We don't really want to burn that. At least I don't think we want to burn that close. I'm not a professional burner by any means, but I'm up with people who have burned lots of fields. So he's gonna lay another 1 or 2 here, and then we're gonna let her go. There's our fire guard. Okay. Now what he's doing, you saw him turn there. He's gonna cut the field in half. So that way we can have, we can burn it in controlled sections. We actually have a wind coming from the east, which is good. That means we'll start over there and hopefully she'll just sweep right across. Look at that black dirt. Let's take a look at it. There's some black dirt. That's awesome. Lots of moisture in it. So the thing is, if you can, smells good. Smells and tastes awesome. That's a good sign, you guys. Means it's healthy soil. Well, as healthy as it can be, I guess. We're gonna make it a whole heck of a lot healthier. I know you guys got some questions. You're like, Mike, obviously burning the ground has got to be hard on your organic matter. Yeah, it's going to burn it to zero. Surely that's going to be hard on things. You know what? There is no alternative. The harrowing's not going to work. You got to start from scratch, burn her right to the freaking ground, and let's get over with this. And then from this point on, you don't leave a mess. So all we're doing is we're just cleaning up someone else's mess, okay? And sometimes that's just how it goes. I'm gonna drive around. Also, while we're waiting to get some more fire guard, in the mail came, somebody sent power bar. It came from the US, I believe, but we couldn't, I don't know, we couldn't make out where it came from, just that it came from the US, so I don't know who that was, but I do appreciate it. And now I can put this in my pocket. And we are charging as we're out in the field. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do that. So thank you, good sir, or ma'am, whoever sent that. You're awesome. So while we're still waiting here, I just want to show you this. So there's a big crop of weeds coming here, right? As you pull back this fuzz and you can see all these weeds. When we burn it, it's gonna sizzle these off. Might kill some, probably just wound others, who knows. So you're gonna have to wait. You're not gonna be able to just go and burn this off and then think you can come out here with a sprayer and spray this thing and so on and so forth, because you've already hurt all the weeds or killed them temporarily, burnt the top off, and they're gonna come back. But that's been planned, and it is what it is. It's gotta be done. What we're doing here is we're doing a back burn. So we're starting it right close to our fire guard, and we're gonna keep working our way. We're gonna make, I don't know, make ourselves a big back burn. So I'm just gonna kind of keep lighting. I'm just gonna light this one here. Our number one priority is to keep it controlled. The wind isn't too bad, but we want to keep it controlled, and we want to make sure we don't have any ambers floating around into those trees over there to the west. Okay, so that's why we're doing a back burn. Now, I can still smell the smoke from our neighbors burning over here. Oh yeah, it doesn't take long and then get going. So we can put this thing out here at any time. That's why we're just doing it in little chunks right now. Once we get a big enough back burn all the way back, then we can go to the other side and field and light it. Woo! She's burning hot. She is burning hot. So we're continuing our back burn. Just keep going over. I could just light it from my truck, but we don't want to just light the whole thing. We're literally just taking our time, watching it burn down. Alright, that's the last swath. I'll light for a little bit here. We'll let this kind of burn down and then we'll keep working our way across. So far things are going according to plan. Except for Mike has just been staying ahead of the fire. You know, we're just burning it in chunks, that way it stays controlled. And then right over there, Mike drives into a slough and just about gets stuck. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Burning black like that because there's canola oil in here. Still some canola. That is volunteer canola. No, it wasn't seeded. That's why it's burning black. The white stuff is just the cereals and the weeds and stuff, with the black is actually the canola oil. So again, just burning off little chunks at a time. We'll keep working our way all the way across the field. And then we'll come back and keep burning bigger chunks, as what I'm told. This is all new to me, so this is a whole new learning experience. that's warm. Everything is going really good so far. We're still working on our back burn. We almost got the back burn complete. Well, this is the last of our back burn once it burns down here. I'm not gonna lie, this is very uncomfortable for me to do due to fire is never a good thing for us. We never use fire even as a tool for us because we're just always so crispy dry and get lots of wind. So for me, this is slightly terrifying. I got bad experiences with fire. But everything seems to be going okay. Look at that, it's actually slowly burning its way down the swath into the wind, which is awesome. It's just creating that much bigger of a fire break. So that is good news. Things are going well so far. I'm gonna go and try and speed it along a little bit on that one end. Oh yeah, it's halfway down the field here already. That's great. Oh. Beautiful. It's looking good. So it's actually burning into the wind a little bit. The farther it keeps burning this way, the better it is because the wind is actually going this way. And then obviously when we're done, you want to make sure there is not a single amber still smoldering somewhere. So we'll be going over this thing with harrow and double disc, and you can't have one amber. It's got to be 100% out. It can't be almost out. It has to be 100%, or you're staying all night. We're finally at the back end of the field. We're going to put another fire guard on it. He's coming up, put another fire guard over there. And we're literally burning it in small chunks. The wind's going that way, so we just keeps burning into itself, burning into itself, burning into itself, and so on and so forth. And then we're just gonna keep working over in chunks. So we're just doing small, controllable chunks, all the way across. Why is that black? It's because it's canola oil. That's why it's black. Otherwise, it'd be white. A little bit that I do know about fire is it will create its own wind. So you might have a wind direction going one way, but if that fire gets big enough, it will feed itself, like feeding a monster. And that is why we're keeping the fire very small, so that way it can't get big enough to create its own wind. So what we're doing here is we're just working on a little bit of back burn on this side, even though the wind is pushing it this way, in case the wind was ever to turn around. Oh, that's hot. Woo! Next swath. There you go, that's all it needs. Next swath. That's all it needs. next. All right, we're just gonna let this burn just a little bit before we keep lighting any more. Looks like a war zone out here. We're gonna go do a drive around with the truck to make sure everything looks okay. I suspect that it will. The wind is blowing the fire that way. And the half the field on that side is already burned. It's actually a lot of work to burn fields. That's what I just found out. It's not as simple as just throwing a match out and let the whole thing go. Well, I guess you could, but you probably burn the whole country down at the same time. Woo, she's hot. Okay. I guess that window doesn't really make any difference other than keeping the dust out of my truck. Boy, she's burning down. Don't worry, it's not gonna go very far because I've lit fires all the way down. It's gonna meet this one. Yeah, it's all looking good here. Let's get out here and watch. There she comes. It's gonna meet this one that's feeding itself back. Look, there's a fire twister over there. Oh, there was. Whew, it's windy over here. Just about there. This fire is taking a long time because it has to go against the wind. This one's getting here very quickly. And it's there. It's got to burn up right up to that fire. There's some fire twisters. I don't know if you guys... Oh, my bad. So far, it's going very good. All right, we just lit the next bunch here. We just keep going in chunks. Remember, it's actually burning this way as well, and it's burning up. So we're literally just burning it into itself. So I'm over here patrolling on this side. Danny's over there on the other side where the fire is going to be headed to, just to make sure that everything is good. I see that another person, oh, I guess he's the same guy burning over there, but another person started burning over there, and this guy who was burning over here must be done. Mike, where'd your fuel tank go in the truck? Still hooked to the fuel wagon. This is Ashton's. It's going good, you guys. It's too bad that we had to do this. I don't like burning. Not at all. In fact, as you know, I don't really like fire. It just makes me feel really uncomfortable. I've had a lot of bad experiences in my life. But unfortunately, it has to be done this time. There's a plane going over. Probably came to check out the smoke. I'm sorry, my little earthwormies. Burrow deep, stay cool. Stay cool. Did I ever tell you guys how much I hate burning? The last side, we're just gonna put a back burn on it here, on top of it, on top of our tractor. Oh look, there's a, that's cool. Just to make sure, want to be safer than sorry. Check that out, eh? That's cool. Whew. We're just creating our back burn here before all that gets to us, just to be sure. Now we wait. We've done our back burn. It's gonna just literally burn right into itself. It's just about done. Well, there's the aftermath. It's getting close to being done. Then we're gonna harrow it. Then we're going to look for hot spots, disc it. So really our day is just beginning. But it is looking good. I will be able to get through that. Now we're to the point that we're just putting out hot spots. There's these cattails. I would rather not burn in the cattails, even though there's water in there. So we're just gonna start putting out all these hot spots. That way they can start cooling. There we go. Get out. There we go. That one's still burning down a swath. I'll let it keep going. Okay. So everything is coming along really good. The field is done. It's just finishing burning and down over there. Little 3-acre nook here we gotta quickly burn, and Ashton is waiting with the harrows to go over these things with the harrows to make sure there's no hot spots anywhere. So it's coming. I started all these little ones. We started it from that side so that way we're burning against the wind. Okay. Whew! That's hot. A light one right here too. There you go. So we're done, as you can see. Now I'm just going to drive around to the other quarter, because remember there's 3. Make sure there's no little something maybe we need to do on the other one. This was actually more like 200 acres, but glad to have this done. Ashton is ready, sitting on the corner, ready to start harrowing it as soon as it cools down a little bit. All right, it's harrow time. Here we go. It's cold. All right, I think we're good to start harrowing here. She's all burnt, guys. She's all burnt. We want to make sure this stuff is good and out. Oh, sorry about that. It's kind of a challenge to do this, you know what I mean? It's pretty rough. Oh man, guys, I'm beat. Holy cow. Ashton is just about done this harrowing now. It looks awesome. I've been still driving around for any hot spots, but there is none. Yep. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna let you go. So anyway, it's unfortunate that we had to do this. I don't like doing it. I don't feel comfortable with doing it. But now we can actually come in here and seed this. Before it was 100% unseedable. 100%. Probably should have burnt the other ones over there too. Probably shouldn't have stopped with this. Oh well, I guess we'll find out. We're gonna compare to see if there's any difference between this and this. I bet you this is gonna be better. Look at that. Doesn't it look awesome? She's working her way this way. All right, guys. Have yourself a good one. If you like following Ashton around, Ashton and I around, Patreon might be something you want to take a peek at. Otherwise, if not, no big deal. You guys have yourself an awesome one. Adios, amigos.